We are live. Figure some out. Still very blurry for whatever reason. I just do that. I understand. Of course, we're going to start off with our glitch here. That's what I need a little bit of time to get going. Why does live? Oh, of course. Of course. Oh, I wanted to give it a few minutes to give people a chance to get here, so I guess we're doing okay still. All right. Officially 8 o'clock. Sit here and play my drum a little bit, see if we have anybody else joining us today. We're waiting to get going. Let's work on invoking that mindfulness, right? Let's put our things to the side. Let's put our phone down. Let's work at getting rid of all of our distractions, right? We really want to be able just to sit here for the next hour, distraction free, and really take the time in for ourselves, right? That's the whole point of this power hour. So we'll go ahead and get going here in about 5 minutes. Hopefully, we fixed the microphone issues that we had last time because I got myself a new microphone. So we'll play the drum for a little bit, wait for some more people to get here, and then we'll get into the things. Oh, the nerves! Camera amazing window, which is very nice. Works so good for this. Wait to get going here. Start filtering in. Please remember we're trying to invoke that mindfulness, work on that ability of mindfulness, right? So let's put the screens away, other than the one you're watching this on. Let's put away the distractions. Let's try to get ourselves into a quiet, distraction-free space as possible. Let's really spend the next hour focused on here and hopefully we fix the sound issues with the microphone. Give it another minute or so, and we'll go ahead and start it. Really consider this more of a sound check than anything. You can see any concerns or issues being expressed in that chat tonight, like last time. So hopefully that means it's sounding okay out there. Last week, I did test everything before very last week it didn't seem to matter. Definitely had some technical difficulties. People are leaving, but I don't see any plates in the chat. So I guess we're doing okay. All right. Oh, it is officially 8:05. We're going to go ahead and get started for tonight's Mindfulness Power Hour. Very excited to be here again today. The anxiety, the performance anxiety over the last one was definitely very real. Definitely really felt a major drain the next day. If it wasn't for my wonderful digital media manager, I probably wouldn't be here tonight. I was definitely all kinds of prepared just to kind of throw in the towel and be done with it. That's definitely where I was with everything. But we practice makes perfect. The whole reason of doing this free on YouTube, this kind of soft launch, this beta version, if you will, of this skills group, is we definitely have some kinks to work out, some things to get figured out because I am a therapist by trade. I am not a musician. I am not a sound engineer. I am not a content creator. So this is really all kinds of foreign territory for me. So really trying to make the best of things. Um, so, for those who do not know, who may be watching this later or might be joining us live right now, my name is Brian Delaney. I've dubbed myself the Yinzer Therapist. I use that title because I really feel that therapy has been um, a lot of therapy, a lot of the theories and things that I work on and learned that were tested by middle class white people on middle class white people. I really feel that with my way of approach to things, the way I do the therapy stuff within this office, I really try to make it as blue collar, as working class, as regular people as we can. I try to make everything that we do, from coping skills and conversations, accessible to everybody from all walks of life. And I think the Ins Your Spirit from here at Pittsburgh really helps to exemplify that. What we're doing here tonight in the therapy world would be considered a skills group. um, we are not doing therapy tonight. We are learning skills. I am demonstrating different ways for people to manage their stress effectively. The hope is that maybe you like it and are kind of like, oh man, maybe I should do some more of that therapy stuff. Or maybe you just walk away with a new way to manage your stress. Because there's a lot of us that might not uh, need therapy, right? But to use a little help managing the stress of day-to-day life, right? So that's what we're going to do here. Not each week yet. Maybe that's a plan if we do well here. But every second and fourth Thursday, we're going to work to take an hour for ourselves and have this mindfulness power hour where we're taking some time in for ourselves and hopefully learning some things, right? Um, the intent for tonight is similar to the last one, is that I have an awesome event coming up. And this is one of those things that I road tested earlier. Let's see if I can make it happen again. Right here. Okay, here we go. Um, I have this holistic wellness fair coming up on Saturday, May 3rd. I will be presenting here. I'm also a sponsor. You see me right there. There's all kinds of stuff going on from 10 to 4. Tickets are available. You can scan that QR code right there. Um, this is the amazing list of all the different vendors that are participating. We're covering all different kinds of care, self care, different things. I mean, I see Kung Fu on here, there's personal training. I know there's a psychic medium right here. There's fitness people. There's all kinds of good holistic stuff going on right there. And you see me right there. This West Wellness right at the top. And this is cool for me. This is the schedule of workshops we got going on. And here I am right there, 1:45, Saturday, May 3rd. Excuse me. I am doing the brain humming demonstration. So that's what the intent of this for me is to practice runs. Public speaking, presenting absolutely terrifies me. It makes my anxiety go wow. So I figured get some practice reps in would be very, very important. So if I wanted to accomplish my goal of being a motivational speaker and hosting more workshops, um, got to get them reps in. So hopefully this power hour is beneficial for me from that standpoint that I get to do and practice what I want to present to teach people. And it gives you guys an opportunity to tune in and hopefully learn something. Okay, so that is my intent for today is to keep practicing the reps and get used to presenting, going over this material so that when I present in real life, it's as smooth as possible. Well, one of the things that I noticed the last time is that because I'm presenting like this, my nerves are crazy on fire. So what I need to do as the presenter here is work to kind of settle things down, right? So what I'm gonna do is what I would call as wrestling fans a nice 10 bell salute with my very beginner version of this Tibetan singing bowl. It is so cheap and tiny with the stick that I have that I can't do the traditional net. So I'll just smack it. And I'm going to smack it 10 times for those that aren't fans of wrestling. A 10 bell salute is usually what is done when somebody has passed away, when we want to memorialize somebody, really show respect. I do this 10 bell salute every time I come to my office to try to pay respects for everybody who's no longer with us and help really give me the strength to keep on and do the job, right? To sit with people's grief and trauma and really help them find a way through. So we're going to do a 10 bell salute here to honor all of those loved ones that we miss, that we wish were still with us. And it's especially meaningful today because last week my wife lost her grandmother. We have the viewing and funeral next week. This is definitely, it's a little bit more home today, and hopefully it will help settle us down. For those that don't know, the Tibetan singing bowl has a nice vibration to it. It'll ring for a while, and the point is to kind of sit in silence until you don't hear the ringing anymore. Not exactly sure how it's going to translate to the microphone and the virtualness, but we're going to give it a go so I can hopefully calm the nerves a little bit. All right, here we go. Try to make sure I hold it close to the microphone, but not too close, right? Nerves are still on fire. Doing the thing. Hopefully, I still don't see anything popping up in the chat. Hopefully, that means everything is going well. You guys are hearing it okay. The microphone's working. So, continue to help with the efforts of reining in the nerves and allowing me to present the brain humming as effectively as I can. One of the things that I was going to work on to teach you guys is a very simple, I feel, skill activity that really helps directly impact the amount of cortisol that is in our body. For those who aren't familiar with what cortisol is, that's the stress chemical, right? When we get freaked out, upset, angry, stressed, anxiety rate, all those things, our body produces cortisol. It's really what sits down there in our belly and causes it to be difficult to lose weight, right? An important part of mental health that we found is finding ways to push out and flush the body of all that cortisol, right? So one of the ways that I've been taught to do that by Mr. Jim Donovan, awesome dude, check his trainings out, it is kind of simple. amazingly effective. We're gonna try to do this for a few minutes here. Okay, nothing, no issues on the phone. I'm always worried I'm gonna get some sort of message about things. "Hey, look, I told you guys to put your shit away, but I didn't put mine away." Oh, that's hilarious. So let's see those hands. I know I can't see you, but you can see mine. We're gonna put them up like this, right? And then we're just gonna up and down. Right, that's it. Up and down, just like that. Right. And after you do that for a little bit, maybe your hand wrists get a little tired of the motion and it's not going, you're ready for something different. Uh, you know, pick a different way to move the hands. My favorite way is wrist roll, right, like this. While we're doing it, as simple as this is, right? We're burning the cortisol. We're activating both sides of our brain. We're activating all the good stuff in our body. We're flushing that toxic stress out of our system. And what I really like about this, for me, is in between sessions. It is really easy to sit back and do something like this for a few minutes, cleanse the palate, and get ready for the next session. Okay, you can wave if you great, that helps. I really like the wrist rolls, the up and down, the back and forth, great. But this kind of repetitive motion, activating both sides of the brain because you're using both your hands, does a really good thing for all that cortisol. Does a really good job of flushing the body out of all that stress. Right? Um, so this is another little activity that we can do a couple times a day when we're feeling stressed out and things like that. Um, it's not life isn't quite jiving with us, right? We'll do this for like another minute or so. Definitely helping me. I feel the nerves settling a little bit. I feel like I'm getting in the swing of things, and I just gotta trust things. Uh, Another awesome one that I'm gonna do for you too, if you aren't familiar, the butterfly hug. Oop, let me make sure I don't mess up the mic. The butterfly hug. This is what I was doing, getting ready for this. Trying to envision the future and how successful this is going to be and why I'm doing it and what people are going to get out of it. Again, same kind of thing. Activating both sides of the brain, using both sides, using both your hands, tapping on your arms. It can be another very, very effective coping skill to work on those nerves. All right. So far, so good. Much different than last week when I was getting all kinds of concerns of things. I should have had this up earlier, but I didn't get it there. It was at least a little closer. So the meat and potatoes of tonight's presentation is the brain humming, right? Is the auditory vagus nerve stimulation, the brain hum. It is, what I'm going to be presenting at that workshop on May 3rd at that wellness fair at the Franklin on Penn, May 3rd, 10 to 4. Um, So what we're going to be doing here is a full body sequence to help stimulate that vagus nerve. The vagus nerve connects the back of the brain to the belly to the back of the brain. When we start feeling helpless, when we start feeling anxious, the pit of despair, the butterflies in our stomach, right? All of those things, when we're trying to be social, when we're dealing with social anxiety, right? All of that stuff, that's all the parasympathetic nervous system, that's all your vagus nerve, right? And what we found is because that vagus nerve goes down and across your throat, that by stimulating it with humming, right, simple humming, we can really, really make the brain relax and release all those happy brain chemicals. We're talking the dopamine, the endorphins, the oxytocin, the nitric oxide, and the acetylcholine. It can be a really, really powerful thing. I know for me, with my ADHD brain and that internal monologue and all those racing thoughts, it quiets that voice, right? It makes that voice inside my head go, and that's a very nice thing. It is a very much a relief when I can get that voice quiet down a little bit, right? So it's powerful stuff. It's definitely something that I do often, and I work with a lot of clients with, and it seems to be very accessible, very popular, very useful. All you really need today is an open mind and a willingness to try, right? A couple guidelines before we get into the exercise. I really want to make sure we stress that you guys only do what feels comfortable. Listen to your body. I do 20 minutes of meditation a day, every day. I have a decent lung capacity. I can probably hum and hold my breath for much longer than a lot of. That's okay. You don't have to match. You don't have to do it exactly for as long as I do. Make sure you take breaks if you need to. Coping skills are a very personal thing. You have to find what works for you. So please modify the exercises to suit your needs, right? Make little changes, tweak little things to make it your own. Um, I think one of the last things I really want to stress is the quality of your voice here does not matter, right? I am not a singer. I don't understand pitch, tone, and things like that. So that's not the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise is to get the vibrations going, to stimulate that vagus nerve, right? As long as your voice works, you can get something out of these exercises. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is, I just counted real quick. It's going to be 7 different sounds. We're going to start at the top of the head and work our way down. For each of the vowel sounds, there is going to be a hand movement that you can use, totally optional, right? But it can be very helpful to help send the vibrations to where you want to go, and really help amplify those vibrations to have it even be more effective. I find this really important with the first couple that we're going to do, that are more targeted in the head area, especially if we're having a headache, things like that. We can really take our fingers and kind of channel the vibrations to that sore spot. Um, and while I don't think it really gets rid of said headache, I think it definitely can really lessen the headache's impact. Right. So the first one we're going to start with is in. This is going to be for the top of the head. I think I can actually put these in the chat to try to help everybody make sure we know what we're doing here. So what we're going to do is take our fingers like this and just kind of put them wherever you might feel some tension, you might feel some headache, right? And then we're just going to hum. We're going to try to do this 5 times, right? I remember it's E with M at the end of it, so it's E. One more. All right. Next one we're going to do is A. And with the M at the end of it, it's going to become A. Okay. And for this one, if you want to, totally optional, you can hold the front of your forehead, hold the back of your neck, right? And we're going to try to do this one for 5 times as well. with arm pain today. So pulling the arms like that is a little challenging today. That is for sure. Ah, like like that. So the next one is I. With the end of it, it becomes I'm, and this is right here on the throat, right here, right. Um, the hand motion for this one is just again very simple like this. Being that it's arm day and my arms are very, very tired and sore now, I am not going to do this hand motion further demonstrating the optionness, how optional it really is. I'm going to put my hat back on because it looks weird to see me on the screen without a hat on. Um, and we're gonna try to do this one for 5 times as well. Okay, all right. Did the first three for the head area. I always like to think it's nice to pause here. Sorry for that. Damn allergies. I always think it's nice to pause here and kind of see. Are we noticing any difference? Okay? Are we noticing any changes in our mind space, in our body? A lot of times, because we spend so much time and energy up here, the top half of us might feel a little lighter, a little cleaner. Um, Maybe not. Let's take a couple of moments, kind of reflect, and see if you notice any of those differences. All right, all right. Well, hopefully you're noticing some difference and you're feeling a little relaxed. It's going well for you. Um, we're going to keep working, making our way down the body. We have four more sounds left. The next one is ah, which comes This one is for our heart and chest. The hand motion for this one is just kind of put it over your heart just like this. That's AHM, Om. So we're going to try this one for 5 times. Oh. Last one. Breath in. All right. We're gonna keep going here. Keep working on this. Got a few sounds left. We got three sounds left technically. The next one is going to be O or Om. This is going to be for our solar plexus area, right? So this is going to be in between our heart and our belly button, that kind of midsection. So the hand motion for this is just kind of hold your hands just like that. Because we are moving down the body and trying to send those vibrations down. One of the things we can do to try to help with that is tuck our chin to our chest and try to send that down the whole way. Right? So this one is going to be OHM again. 5 times. Volume two. Last one. Feeling very, very relaxed. Definitely getting in the swing of things. Amazing the difference between when we started to now. Really feeling the nerves kind of settle, getting in the swing of things. I think it helps because I've taught this stuff to so many clients and worked on it. That this part of the presentation, I'm very good at. I am a little nervous. I haven't seen anything in the chat. I don't know if I screwed something up. You guys don't actually have access to that chat. No messages like I got last time because you guys were actually kind enough to text me and say, sound issue. So hopefully it's continuing to go well for you out there in the digital internet land. We have two sounds left. Uh, the next one is OOM. And this one is focusing on the energy point around our navel area. So much like the solar plexus, where we just kind of held things, we're just going to kind of put our hands there and just kind of rest them right around our belly. This one is all right, 5 times. You didn't guess that part Last one. Big breath. Really take it in. All right. This is our seventh and final sound. Uh, our last and most farthest down energy point. This is definitely our hips and bottom of our torso, our reproductive areas. This one might take the most kind of volume. Make sure you're tucking that chin in. Try to send it the whole way down. The hands for this one, you can kind of just rest in your lap. And this one is UHM. Okay, last and final sound of this full body sequence. And if you haven't guessed already, we're going to do this one for 5 times. All right. Final I definitely feel nice, relaxed, body feels all nice and fuzzy. Hope you guys are feeling the same out there. I'm trying to give up the diet and everything, but I had so much nerves going on beforehand. I treated myself a little bit. It's definitely very, very delicious. So now that we have spent 40 some minutes here, trying to stay focused on what is in the here and now, trying to block out those intrusive thoughts, trying to forget about the world out there. I'm hopefully feeling nice and relaxed. I want to make sure we end on really focusing in on a really important part of DBT. I hope that this is definitely going to be something that becomes a part of everything, kind of wraps up the evening for us. Now that we're nice and relaxed, hopefully we can really take our time. concept in DBT of wise mind. So as you're seeing here, we have emotional mind on the one side, reasonable mind, reasonable mind on the other side, right? And wise mind is in the middle. You might recognize that this is kind of like a Venn diagram where the magic, right? Wise mind is right in the middle. So really, what we talk about here with wise mind is not allowing our emotions to make our choice for us, but not getting stuck in the world of reason and logic completely as well, right? We want to really make sure we're working to balance the two, right? And when we're able to balance that emotional mind and our reasonable mind, our logic mind, right? We get that wise mind, and it's that wise mind that allows us to make good, healthy choices, smart choices, beneficial choices. It's that wise mind that allows us to slow down, think again, to really evaluate our choices. And are they going to bring us closer to what we want? Are they going to bring us farther away from what we want? Right? One of the reasons we tried to work so hard to develop that mindfulness, right? To work on that skill, that ability, is to help us make sure we're making decisions from that wise mind. To really stop, check in, and see, are our emotions heightened right now? Is that why we're feeling the way we're doing? When we're going to make the choice? Is logic and reason ruling the day, and maybe we just need to kind of go for it despite some of the other factors, right? Um, Working from that wise mind is very crucial for our success, right? It really help us make good, healthy choices that again bring us closer to what we want in life. Right? And that's the point, right? To stack victory, stack choices, and slowly but surely get to where we want to go. The wise mind is where you want to get to and how you get there, right? Hopefully, with this mindfulness power, right, taking this time in for ourselves to learn some of these skills makes it easier to harness that wise mind. It makes it easier to recognize when our emotions or our logic or reason are really dominating, and we need to evaluate what's going on around us. Um, so, um, that be all, folks. I don't really have too much else to give. We still have about 15 minutes left in the pie, but I don't see any chat questions or anything coming through. Again, maybe I'm accidentally not able to chat. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing anything there. Who knows? Hopefully the microphone and everything has worked well, and at least got the sound issues figured out. It's definitely a work in progress, but it feels like episode 2 was successful and we did it. We made it the whole way through, and we're going to keep coming back. We're going to keep getting these reps in. I think the last thing I want to end on is really just making sure I share this screen here. I'm really trying to promote that wellness holistic fair that we're going to be having on May 3rd. 10 to 4 p.m. I'm a sponsor, I'm a vendor, and I'm hosting a workshop. I hope to see some people there. It's going to be a good old time. The next one of these, let me check my calendar to make sure I get this right. Yep, that'll be correct. It's going to be Thursday, May 8th. That's going to be episode 3. Um, but with that one, since I've already given that workshop, we're going to do something else, just brain humming for the majority of our session. We're going to work on different kind of coping skills and things like that. Just trying to teach everything we can. Hopefully, we get a good, maybe a good discussion about mental health. If there's anything you, the audience out there, want to learn about, want to know about, aren't sure about, please don't hesitate to reach out and give me those questions. Let me know what you want to learn, what you want to know more about, right? Make sure you're checking me out on the socials. Yinzer Therapist 37, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Please make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing. Really helping me build this community so we can continue to spread mental health awareness and good things to this world. We need more healers. We need more helpers. That is beyond sure. So, for closing, I want to leave us with lyrics, one of my favorite fish songs, or uh, I am vibrating with love and light, pulsating with love and light. In a world gone mad, a world gone mad, there must be something more than this. I firmly believe that, and we can be that replay. Hope you enjoyed yourself and learned something. Sit there and sign it off.